Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, the trial of a Gardner man accused of murder continued on Tuesday.
Dylan Ketchum is charged with the January 2020 murder of 22-year-old Jordan Johnson and the attempted murder and elevated aggravated assault of Caleb Trudeau. As the trial resumed, several witnesses took the stand, including Ketchum's sister, Elena Ketchum, and Maine State Police officials. Maine State Police Detective Mark Ferreira recalled seeing Ketchum at Nielsen Sporting Goods prior to the night of the alleged crimes, where the owner of the store, Gary Hamilton, noted that his behavior seemed strange. Detective Ferreira says he saw Ketchum wearing lime green headphones, which were later found near the crime scene.
The gentleman had walked through the front door. Mr. Hamilton had indicated that this gentleman had come in the night before, was acting odd or strange. I observed the gentleman, white male, with lime green headphones.
Ketchum's former girlfriend, Katie Haskell, also took the stand. She stated that Ketchum had showed her a gun in his backpack when they were together and told her that he stole it from his sister. The trial will continue tomorrow in Kennebec County Superior Court.
Justin Boucher appeared in Kennebec County Superior Court for his first hearing Tuesday morning. Boucher faces 2 charges, including aggravated assault and violation of conditions of release, and faces up to 10 years in jail. He's accused of stabbing an unidentified male 6 times in downtown Winslow on January 18th along LaSalle Street. The judge in the case denied a request for a no-contact order between the victim and Boucher.
Based on the lack of information about the other requested no-contact individuals, I'm not going to impose no contact at this time.
Boucher's bail was set at $5,000 cash with numerous conditions. He is expected to appear in court next on June 1st.
An Oakland man charged with 2 counts of kidnapping had his initial court appearance today. Brian Charette is also charged with eluding an officer after allegedly leading police on a chase through Waterville following the alleged kidnapping. The judge presiding over the hearing said that Charette had violated his bail conditions in the past, and he raised the cash bail amount from $5,000 to $10,000.
$5,000 cash bail requirement is low in my consideration with all of these new felony allegations that are pending, in addition to the prior existing case, as well as Mr. Charette's criminal history.
Charette entered a not guilty plea for the charges and is currently being held at the Kennebec County Jail.
Well, switching gears now, scientists, legislators, and leaders in the labor industry came together Tuesday at the State House at Augusta to introduce a bill that aims to address climate change by harnessing offshore wind energy. Our AJ Douglas was there to learn how this legislation would affect ratepayers.
A newly introduced bill to create an offshore wind industry along the Gulf of Maine. If passed, it is expected to slow the rate of rising water temperatures in the Gulf of Maine.
An industry that will strengthen Maine's economy, provide good-paying jobs for Maine people, and continue our progress in addressing climate change.
The project would feature a floating mill turbine resembling a windmill, which is mounted on a floating structure, allowing the turbines to generate electricity.
There'll be some rate funding of these projects, and there has been all along. The long-term goal is to get to a point where rates will stabilize.
Lawrence says the project would be financed by private investors in collaboration with the University of Maine. However, costs and logistics are dependent on the size of leased turbines and ratepayers, per the Maine Public Utilities Commission.
We're going to keep using energy and going places and making things. And as an engineer, I want all of that to be possible, and I don't want to hurt the environment to do it.
UMaine project leader and student Alyssa McGlynn says projects like this are promoting other young people to move to Maine.
The excitement building for engineering careers in renewable energy in my age group is massive.
According to the president of Maine State Building and Trades Council, the Clean Energy Project looks to promote diversity and inclusion by offering unique apprenticeship programs to overlooked communities. In Augusta, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, and Fox 22.
On Tuesday, Senate Republicans discussed plans to introduce a series of bills aimed at reducing energy costs. The primary objective is to restructure net energy billing, which is a program that allows Maine utility customers to offset their electricity bill using energy from small renewable generators. Some Republican senators blame net energy billing for rising electric bills, claiming that consumers are paying for solar devices but are not always reaping the benefits.
Yeah, I think the only recommendations that we would be supportive of are ones that actually address lowering costs.
Other bills aim to leverage different forms of renewable energy, use grant funding to install appliances using alternative fuel, and reform the Public Utilities Commission for more transparency during bidding processes.
Well, a mild winter has been working in our favor, but now the snow is sticking, in case you missed it. And now that winter is here, the Maine Community Action Partnership says middle-income Mainers are being hit the hardest. A combination of public and private partnerships have led to new sources for assistance this year, and that includes work by Maine's congressional delegation to secure federal funds to fill in the gaps. Community action agencies across the state say they've been seeing an uptick in Mainers requesting help, but if you haven't applied yet, it's not too late.
With the price of heating oil where it's at right now, there's an extraordinary amount of need in our area and statewide.
People should probably not wait until it's almost too late. As soon as you realize, wow, I'm behind on my electric bill, wow, I'm behind and I'm not going to be able to pay for my oil next month, call us then. The sooner you call us, the better.
And if you need help with getting through the winter, simply dial 211.
Legal experts say the state of Maine is facing a crisis that could destroy confidence in Maine's judicial system. Our Devin Dagnalt has the story.
The state of Maine judicial system is searching for a solution to the shortage of lawyers willing to take on public defender cases. Recently, the state began its first public defender program, but it only employs 5 lawyers for the entirety of Maine, meaning the state is still heavily reliant on private attorneys being willing to take on cases.
Right now we're at a crisis with lack of defenders to represent people that cannot pay for a lawyer on their own.
Up until recently, the state of Maine's public defenders were all private attorneys hired on a case-by-case basis. However, the number of lawyers willing to do that has been shrinking in past years. Senator Lisa Keim of Dixfield believes the decline of willing attorneys is due to the state not offering competitive wages. She says private attorneys in the state are paid $200 to $250 an hour, as opposed to the state's wage of just $80 an hour.
And given also the backlog in the courts, the complication that creates, this fee, this amount is nowhere near enough, and we're losing them.
According to Penobscot County's district attorney, Christopher Almy, the reason fewer and fewer lawyers are willing to help the state goes beyond just the pay.
The reason they're diminishing is because the pay is not that great, but also I think that the organization that is in charge of the lawyers and what they do has started to put some significant restrictions on how they practice law and how they handle these cases.
According to Almy, the lack of public defenders has brought Maine's court system to a near halt.
Some lawyers have in fact filed motions for speedy trial and asked the judges to rule that because you didn't bring this case to court soon enough, it should be dismissed.
Almy says he's concerned as to what may happen if a solution is not found soon and individuals are released because of Maine's slowed court system.
If we have people being let out over and over and over again because they don't have a lawyer or because we can't get their case processed, those people that are let out in that manner realize that, hey, what have I got to lose? I'm not going to go to court anytime soon. It erodes confidence in the public process.
In Bangor, Devin Dagnall for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Taking a look outside, I don't know about you, but there are 2 very long snow walls on either side of my street.
Yeah.
And very little sidewalk right now.
Yeah, I've been getting my upper body workouts through shoveling the last week or so.
As many of us have.
Seems like every other day there's been more snow to shovel.
Yeah.
So, we've been dealing with that, but it's nice to have the snow-covered
on the ground.
trees and everything.
Many people very, very happy to see that.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about a group of those individuals a bit later in the show, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
In the meantime, let's take a first look at our forecast.
All right, Beth, thank you. Zelke Treacer has been providing top-notch arborist services for the greater Bangor region. Our reputation for quality and commitment to customer satisfaction speaks for itself. See for yourself and give us a call today. And all right, so let's talk about what we have coming again after yesterday's 12 to 18 inches of snow. Another winter storm is on the way, bringing us snow and changing over to some rain. Tomorrow night starts as snow, ends as rain on Thursday, as temperatures surge on Thursday back up into the 40s. Out there now, some cloud cover and a few flurries, not a big deal. The bigger deal is over here to the west of us, that a lot of it, some energy across the Great Lakes, and all this moisture is moving our direction, so we are in for another healthy storm system tomorrow night into early parts of Thursday. The Thursday morning commute is going to be a thing once again with heavy snow falling across the area. And the snow looks like this. It'll be pretty much north and west of the Bangor area, the heaviest snow, but still we're all going to get some snow from this one, except right along the coastal areas could see mostly rain from this event. Our forecast then tonight, though, looking at mostly cloudy skies to partly cloudy skies with low temperatures in the teens. Your full forecast coming up. Beth?
All right, definitely awaiting more details on that.
Yes, lots to look forward to there.
Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we'll have some advice from the local professionals on how you can fight the winter blues.
And what you can expect as the annual Pine Tree Camp Egg Ride is just around the corner. Love those stories and much more local news after this.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want and zero compromises. Just go to anthemainehealth.com/answers or call 855-753-3928 for a one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a free gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for zero extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,500 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Maine Health at 855-753-3928 or visit anthemmainehealth.com/answers and get a Medicare Advantage plan with zero compromises for you and your wallet.
The Celebrity Music Play-Along game is here.
Shake it off.
Celebrity Name That Tune, Wednesday on Fox.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll have an update on the Dylan Ketchum trial proceedings. Plus, we'll check in with how the snow cleanup process is going while we wait for tomorrow's forecast, which suggests another comparably big storm. And we'll check in with folks who are helping those without homes stay warm. This and more coming up.
For those of us out there that really feel the cabin fever this time of year, having a pile of snow added to the mix can actually lead to more anxiety and depression. Dr. David Prescott over at Northern Light Acadia Hospital says that seasonal depression is real, and it happens this time of year during the darker days. But there are some things you can do, though, to combat the issue.
Active coping with depression, anxiety, and any mental health problem is always better than kind of passively waiting for it to go away. So the first thing, the fact that you're thinking of doing something is good and is probably going to be helpful.
Scott recommends try to find some normalcy in your day and keep your spaces well lit. It could be as easy as adding a light to your office space, for instance. Exercise also helps. Even if you can't get outside to do your exercise, find a new way to get your reps in and get a little movement going. Interacting with friends and making social connections is also a good thing. A positive dialogue with loved ones or even a therapist can improve your outlook. And lastly, don't bury your depression with alcohol or negative thoughts.
Some great advice there. Meanwhile, officials say keeping fire hydrants and vents clear of snow can help save lives in the long run. Our Matthew Dronsick explains.
Following Monday's storm, many residents were out cleaning their driveways and sidewalks. However, fire hydrants in many municipalities are still covered in snow. Orrington Fire and Rescue Lieutenant Chris Strout says fire hydrants is a town or city's responsibility, but is asking residents to help if they can.
It's pretty important to have the fire hydrants cleaned out because in an emergency, time matters. So if we have to spend time cleaning out the fire hydrants in order to get water supply.
Strout encourages joining the nationwide Adopt a Hydrant program in an effort to help keep fire hydrants clean in your neighborhood.
If you live near a fire hydrant, when you're out doing all your normal snow removal, you take the extra, 5-10 minutes that it takes to kind of just shovel around the hydrant.
Firefighters also suggest cleaning out the vents at your house whenever possible.
Carbon monoxide could build up and come back into the building. And the dryers could cause the dryer to overheat, not being vented properly, and you get a couple dryer fires out of it. That's kind of known as a silent killer. Because you can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it.
Both fire chiefs say keeping these fixtures clean is imperative to safety.
You make sure it's a nice path from the road to the hydrant, a couple feet wide.
Bangor Water District told us that they will start cleaning fire hydrants Wednesday. In the meantime, they say any help is much appreciated. In Bangor, Matthew Juronsik reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
So if there is a fire hydrant near your home or building and you have a few minutes to go ahead and make sure it's clear, sounds like it's a good thing to do. Well, like pretty much everything else, the price of a stamp is going up. The cost of forever stamps increased from 60 cents to 63 cents as of this past Sunday. According to the U.S. Postal Service, postcard rates are also on the rise, increasing from 45 cents to 48 cents per postcard. Customers who purchased forever stamps prior to Sunday, though, should note that those stamps are still valid and can be used without needing any additional postage.
Well, the annual Pine Tree Camp Egg Ride is just around the corner, but this year there will be a few changes. The Charity Egg Ride is part of the Dysart Snowmobile Ride-In. The annual event has been taking to the trails since 1974, with some local celebrities loading up with their eggs in their suits, raising money for the camp. This year, though, there will be a change.
Because of egg prices and egg shortages this year, we really had to make the tough call to find something else. We have always used eggs past their expiration date so that we're not wasting food product, but those are even incredibly slim pickings this year.
The plan is to fill plastic Easter eggs with Jell-O. According to organizers, it's still a fun and crazy way to ride down the trails. And this year, they're bringing back the live auction with some great prizes to be won. Every dollar raised goes to the camp's open door policy for a barrier-free camp for Maine children and adults with disabilities. So really a great cause to support if you have a sled and want to get out there.
Yeah.
And you won't get stinky
Speaking of
this
folks
year.
who were happy that all that snow got dumped on us,
Seriously.
I mean, that just makes conditions even better for that ride. So some welcome news for them.
Yeah.
And who knows, judging from the footage we just watched, there may be a person or two who's not upset that it will be Jell-O breaking all over them instead.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds like the one. I mean, not a drawback, but like you got to smell that all day and then the rest of the day and then clean up afterwards. I'm sure Jell-O is a little easier to manage.
Yeah, it's a little cherry Jell-O. Ode to cherry Jell-O.
Exactly.
Maybe a bit more palatable than expired eggs.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh my
but
gosh.
all for a good cause, nevertheless.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, while police continue to investigate a motive in the Monterey Park mass shooting, families and friends of the 11 people lost begin sharing stories of their loved ones.
And a new twist surrounding classified documents. Items with classified markings have been discovered at the Indiana home of former Vice President Mike Pence. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine with equipment and tool rentals for more than 30 years. Our extensive inventory contains everything you need to get the job done right. Our professional, knowledgeable staff is here to make sure that you get the highest quality rental items to complete your project and that they have been serviced and maintained to the highest standards. Power brooms to get that sand off the lawn, leaf blowers, brush chippers, stump grinders, aerial lifts, tillers, and excavators. We rent most everything. If you don't see it in our online catalog, please ask for it. If we don't have the item you need, we would be happy to help you find it.
Where do you go when you need a real estate appraisal? Who has the experience that I need? Who can I trust? Maine Val has over 30 years of experience across the state of Maine in providing top quality real estate appraisal services. Contact us today and speak with one of our many licensed professionals. Maine Val, quality delivered on schedule. Call us today at 207-573-3222. That's 573-3222.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Carl's Auto Parts, Sear North Star Tours, Graphic Signs and Design, Maine Collision Center, Rick Burpee State Farm Insurance Agent, and Steaks and Stuff.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Monterey Park mass shooting is still unclear, and while police investigate, family and friends of the 11 people killed have begun sharing stories about their loved ones. Fox's Laura Engel has more.
A makeshift memorial outside Monterey Park City Hall in California continues to grow. Community members dropping off flowers and candles as they reflect and remember the 11 people shot and killed at a ballroom dance studio over the weekend.
Our emotions go from disbelief to shock to anger and sadness about what has occurred.
Police have now identified all 11 victims, who are between the ages of 50 and 70 years old. All died during what was supposed to be a time of celebration, the Chinese Lunar New Year.
It is very difficult. There's always a lot of what ifs, or it's like, what if we did Lunar New Year dinner and she might have not gone and to dance that night.
65-year-old Mei Mei Nan was one of the first people killed, shot inside her car. She was a regular at the dance studio, going there almost every week.
He was extremely respected, very beloved, very caring teacher.
Beloved dance instructor 72-year-old Mingwei Ma died inside while reportedly rushing toward the gunman in hopes of stopping him. Also killed 57-year-old Xu Jianyu, who immigrated to the U.S. more than a decade ago in search of a better future for her family. She leaves behind a husband and 3 children. And 68-year-old Valentino Alvaro, described by his family as a devout Catholic and family man. He leaves behind children and grandchildren. The 72-year-old suspect in the shooting shot himself a day after the attack. A motive is still under investigation. In New York, Laura Ingle, Fox News.
A mass shooting in California took place in Half Moon Bay, south of San Francisco, on Monday afternoon. 7 people were killed and another critically wounded at 2 locations. It's now the 3rd mass killing in the state in 8 days. Fox's Claudia Cowan has more.
The latest incident of deadly workplace violence has rocked Half Moon Bay, a quaint Bay Area community famous for its annual pumpkin festival and art galleries. Authorities say on Monday afternoon, 66-year-old Chin Lu Zhao opened fire at the mushroom farm where he worked, killing 4 co-workers and injuring a 5th, as parents and children who lived on the property looked on in horror. The sheriff says Zhao then drove to another farm a few miles away where 3 more bodies were found. The 5 men and 2 women killed were all of Asian or Hispanic descent, though officials wouldn't say if anyone was specifically targeted. Translators were brought in to provide a description of the shooter and his car, and within hours, an arrest after a deputy spotted the alleged gunman sitting in his vehicle outside the sheriff's substation with a legally purchased semi-automatic handgun.
The subject was still seated in the vehicle. The subject exited the vehicle and was taken into custody without an incident.
It's unclear if Zhao planned to surrender, but officials say he acted alone and is cooperating. While authorities describe him as disgruntled, what motivated him to open fire remains unknown.
All of the evidence we have points to this being the instance of workplace violence.
Our hearts are with the people of California. They've been a rough couple days.
In Washington, there are renewed calls for gun control legislation.
President Biden, like most Americans, believes that this is an urgent issue. That too many of our neighbors, colleagues, kids are losing their lives to gun violence.
And more than 24 hours later, the coroner was still working to identify all of the victims and notify next of kin. The suspected gunman is expected to make his first court appearance in Redwood City Wednesday afternoon. In Sausalito, California, Claudia Cowan, Fox News.
Well, fentanyl deaths are now rising faster among children than any other age group. The numbers are alarming. Fox's Brian Yennis takes a look.
And that's her heartbeat that they recorded before she passed.
Serenity Murfin was just 17 months old when she died after her grandmother says the toddler put tinfoil laced with fentanyl in her mouth.
There were paramedics already working to get her to breathe. And my grandson was standing there screaming, "Nana, Nana, Nana." My heart just dropped as I watched them work on my granddaughter.
A shocking new study from the nonprofit Families Against Fentanyl shows child fentanyl deaths are rising faster than any other age group. Deaths among children age 14 and under are 15 times higher than they were in 2015, rising from 10 to 153 deaths. In just the last 2 years, fentanyl deaths quadrupled among infants and children ages 5 to 14.
He was one of the most genuine and loving people I've ever known in my life.
13-year-old Luca Manuel died from fentanyl poisoning in 2020 after he purchased counterfeit Percocet from a dealer on Snapchat. Now, both Luca and Serenity's families are sharing their pain to save lives.
This can absolutely happen to anyone. Please be open and honest with your children about drug use. Our children are our future, and if we don't do something, who's going to?
Families Against Fentanyl is calling for President Biden to establish a White House task force dedicated to the fentanyl crisis and to designate the synthetic opioid a weapon of mass destruction. In New York, Brian Yennis, Fox News.
Even more classified documents have been found, this time at former Vice President Mike Pence's home. Now lawmakers are asking how this could have happened and if there are problems with the current system in place. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has more from Washington.
More classified items have been found. Former Vice President Mike Pence is the latest to report his team discovered classified documents in his home from his time in office that should not have been there. The documents were immediately turned over.
When Mike Pence found me, the first thing he did was provide him over. He's called Comer on the oversight.
Former President Trump, who has been at odds with Pence since 2021, is also being investigated for keeping hundreds of classified documents at his home in Florida. He wrote, quote, "Mike Pence is an innocent man and leave him alone." Pence joins former President Trump and President Biden with a document scandal overhead.
There's a huge difference between how the president handled it and how former President Trump handled it. One cooperated fully with the authorities, the other stonewalled for over a year.
The White House continues to stay mum on President Biden's special counsel investigation.
I would refer to the White House counsel's office.
Documents from Biden's vice presidential and Senate days have now been found, and it's possible there will be more searches. Many on Capitol Hill are frustrated that classified documents continue to be found outside of secure sites.
Just go by the dang rules. I mean, we got rules up here.
Wednesday, the Director of National Intelligence will brief the Senate Intelligence Committee, though it is unclear if she will disclose anything about the classified document investigations. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, the cheese-making business is going just swimmingly for Pineland Farms as they reflect on their year 2022.
And in sports, Maine hockey is coming off a tough sweep against BU. Now they're getting ready for a showdown against Providence. We'll be right back.
4 Special Forces operatives push 16 celebrities to the limit.
They've entered our world. They will play by our rules.
Special Forces World's Toughest Test, Wednesday on Fox.
There was no salt or sand.
And because of that, I slipped and fell.
When snow or ice isn't removed, you need a powerful law firm to go after every dollar you may deserve.
I needed to protect my rights.
Cases like this require resources and experience.
Over 25,000 victories for injured Mainers and more than $500 million collected for Maine families.
I never thought I'd get that much.
The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
Where do you go when you need a real estate appraisal? Who has the experience that I need? Who can I trust? Maine Val has over 30 years of experience across the state of Maine in providing top-quality real estate appraisal services. Contact us today and speak with one of our many licensed professionals. Maine Val, quality delivered on schedule. Call us today at 207-573-3222. That's 573-3222.
Pond Hill Farms in Brooks, Maine offers 100% grass-fed beef in a variety of ways. Choose between individual cuts that are state inspected and ready to pop in your fridge or freezer. If you're looking to stock up, Pond Hill Farms offer the option to purchase hanging weight by quarter, half, or whole. We also offer live cattle if you're looking to grow your own herd. Pond Hill Farms also offer rental cottages with spectacular views of the farm and the Maine outdoors. Whether you're looking for fresh Maine meat or a gorgeous place to vacation, Pond Hill Farms is the place to be.
Everyone loves winter fun, and you can take it even farther in a Honda. Experience the season's joys and conquer its challenges with Snow Mode, standard on all Honda SUVs and truck. Honda, Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best overall brand for 2022. Visit your local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily. Buy online or reserve from select Honda dealers.
I never get the flu.
My kids don't need more shots.
I don't have time.
We're all healthy.
No matter how you build your excuses, the flu can blow your house down.
I can't believe I used up all my sick time.
I missed a week of school during finals.
Now my baby has it because of me.
The hospital?
Keep your foundation strong. Vaccinate.
Now to a story after my own heart. It was a great year of cheese making for Pineland Farms in Bangor. The company produced more than 1 million pounds of cheese in 2022. Mark Whitney, who is the president of Pineland Farms, says it takes 10 pounds of milk to make 1 pound of cheese. So last year, the company used 10 million pounds of milk from farms in Penobscot and Aroostook counties to successfully produce more than 1 million pounds of their cheese. We'll have more on Pineland Farms products and all that's happening at its Bangor facility next week on ABC 7.
Yum, yum. Well, meanwhile, a Bangor company is celebrating 50 years of puppy love. Cardin Kennels is a dog boarding, grooming, and daycare business located on Ohio Street. And as Jody Hersey tells us, this year marks 5 decades of caring for people's pets.
It's actually always been a dog business of some kind. There was pheasant hunting, training dogs for hunting pheasants on this property. So long history of dog business here.
In 2010, Janet Blanchard became the owner of Cardin Kennels on Ohio Street, purchasing the company from Carolyn and Denny Miller, who opened Cardin in 1973.
I just always had a love for animals and bought the kennel, and it allowed me to stay home. We had 3 children, so it allowed me to stay home with the kids.
It's a business where the 4-legged customers greet you each day with wagging tails and wet kisses, something that's been done now for 50 years.
The industry's come a long ways in 50 years. Primarily, we are a boarding facility. And boarding goes beyond people just taking a vacation or taking a trip. We board pets. We just had a dog here for a few days. Owner was having a surgery. It was going to be a few days before she's back on her feet. We board dogs for people who work unusual schedules.
Carrie Heitman's family, who has used Cardin to care for her dogs Cooper and Charlie, says Cardin has treated us really good over the years, even caring for our dog as their own while my husband was in cancer treatment.
You build a relationship with people. This isn't a quick service. They're not coming in here to buy a t-shirt and you never see them again. You know, you really need to establish where you get those relationships with customers who come again and again and again with their dogs.
Blanchard hopes the relationships that she and her staff have made with the animals and their owners will ensure repeat business for years to come. In Bangor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Wow. Just a great business model, really, to start with. You know, you and I are both dog owners, so of course, you know, we care about our pets, and you know, it's nice to kind of meet these people, even if it's through our, you know, our story. But definitely, you want to know if you're going to board your pet that they're in good care. And
you want to closely scrutinize the people who will be charged with caring for your beloved animal. You know, they're members of the family. You don't want to leave them with just anyone. So good to know that there is that resource in the community.
Right.
You know, and that it's been there for a really long time.
Yeah, and they obviously do care a lot about all the animals that stay there with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like they're having a good time as well.
Good times were had. All righty.
All right, well, our full 5-day forecast is coming up next, so stay with us for that.
Well, if you're sick of shoveling, you have a very big problem. More snowfall is on the way for us later on tomorrow night into Thursday, heavy at times. Those details for you are coming up.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Renovating or building new, you'll find a wide selection of high-performing, energy-efficient, and beautiful windows and doors at Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through the showroom displays and help you choose options to create a personalized custom look. Free in-home measurement is available, and Hammond can deliver your order statewide. Bring your vision and enjoy better light and added security and energy savings with quality windows and doors from Hammond Lumber Company.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 974-7815.
I smoked a pack a day for 45 years. When my doctor suggested lung cancer screening, I wasn't sure I wanted to know the results.
If you're age 55 or older and smoke now or smoked heavily in the past, ask your provider if lung cancer screening is right for you.
When my first screening came up clear, what a relief.
A new test can find it earlier when treatment is more successful.
I quit smoking a few years ago, but I plan on being screened every year.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Trace Jackson Davis and Indiana.
square off with Ohio State. Exclamation point. Fox Primetime Hoops, Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store. Visit our ranch and meet the alpacas or shop in our store in downtown Belfast. And we have some weather to get through again. All this moisture across parts of Oklahoma into Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas. That is the energy moving our way for late tomorrow night and throughout the day on Thursday. Starting off as snow, ending as rain on Thursday, potentially flooding rainfall across our region on Thursday morning. Already, advisories are posted. This is your tax dollars at work saying, hey, another winter storm is on the way, arriving tomorrow night into Thursday. Winter storm warnings here, winter weather advisories there. Overall, a big mess is on the way. Now, this storm is going to be much warmer than the last one, so there will be some rain in here, especially coastal areas late tomorrow night and on Thursday. It could stay mostly rain there. The rest of us, though, have a pretty good snowfall on the way. After we did this yesterday, widespread 12 to 18 inches of snow. Now, we do this, but not very often, right? So if you're sore from shoveling, there's more snowfall on the way. We have today to recover, and then tomorrow, that snow is back tomorrow night. Looking outside there now, we have lots of cloud cover and a couple flurries around, not a big deal. We'll get some mostly clear skies for a couple hours tonight. That will allow temperatures to drop very quickly overnight into the teens in most areas. And then our attention turns toward the west, so here we go. There's some energy across the Great Lakes. There's some moisture across the south. Those two things are going to come together across our neck of the woods tomorrow night and bring us snow to start and then end as rain on Thursday. And again, that rain could be locally heavy too. All right, so clear skies for a while tonight, then increasing clouds tomorrow morning. Here's Thursday, about 3 o'clock in the morning. Again, that darker blue color is moderate to heavy snow just before rush hour on Thursday. But notice right along the coastal areas, that's rain, and a narrow band there of freezing rain as well. And then throughout the day on Thursday, we're going to change over to all rain as temperatures warm, and we could actually see high temperatures Thursday in the low 40s for a while. Then a cold front's going to swing through and drop temperatures Thursday night and hold high temperatures Friday, pretty much hanging out in the 20s. So snowfall looks like this. Again, there's going to be a narrow band here of a foot plus once again, likely setting up north and west of the Bangor area. Coastal areas, Bar Harbor, maybe 2.5 inches. Right along the coast, down east areas could see less than an inch of snow, mostly rain there. But overall, we have a healthy snow event on the way again, arriving tomorrow night. It's going to fall very heavily early Thursday morning, likely closing lots of businesses and schools once again across our region. And there will be lots of wind with this system as well. Not out there now, out of the west, around 10 miles per hour. This will pick up throughout the day tomorrow, and we'll get wind gusts tomorrow night near 30 miles per hour as snow is falling. That's going to be a thing. So here we go again. Snow and wind arrives late tomorrow night. It's going to be heavy at times. Wind gusts near 30 miles per hour. A change to rain pretty much for everybody later on Thursday, and localized flooding is possible on Thursday afternoon with temperatures in the 30s out there today. Colder tomorrow, followed by a pretty good warm-up again on Thursday with temperatures hanging out near 40. Partly cloudy tonight. Low temperatures from the single digits to low teens across our region tonight, depending upon the amount of cloud cover we have, with a northwest breeze around 5 for tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies or increasing clouds. High temperatures near 23, so colder. Whatever is slushy out there is going to refreeze again tomorrow. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows that mess getting in here late tomorrow night and throughout the day on Thursday. Quiet Friday, 25. Warmer over the weekend with temperatures back in the 30s. Beth?
All right. Bit of a mess coming our way.
I think that's
and
a
some
good way
very
to
chilly
sum it all up.
overnights.
Yeah, so maybe worried about that freeze after we get that
freeze.
rain too. So we'll have to wait and see.
We will have to wait and see. Alrighty. Well, sports is coming up next. Keep it right here.
LiftMaster is the #1 professionally installed garage door opener. Can alert you if you left it open and let you close it from most anywhere in the world. And where's the best place to get your LiftMaster? From PDQ Door. PDQDoor.com.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Find meaningful work in direct care, like Carmen, who works in a residential care facility with adults with disabilities.
I can't imagine why people are not
just jump in, like fish in a pond, because you make such a difference. It's so humbling. Anyone who wants to make a difference, this is the place to go.
Visit caringforme.org to learn more and make an impact through a compassionate career.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Gilman Electrical Supply, Hometown Health Center, Howard Insurance, Irish Collision Center, Leona Mays Antique and Gift Shop, and R&R Auto Body.
LiftMaster is the #1 professionally installed garage door opener. Can alert you if you left it open and let you close it from most anywhere in the world. And where's the best place to get your LiftMaster? From PDQ Door. PDQDoor.com.
Let's go. It's not how you begin. You take advantage of the moment. But how you finish. Super Bowl 57, February 12th on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We will start with the big news of the day. Down in Foxborough, the Patriots have officially announced an offensive coordinator, and it's a familiar face, too. Welcome back, Bill O'Brien. He first joined New England in 2007, where his coaching career began, before taking the role as an offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach in 2009 and serving in that role until 2011. As for the Pats, in their little experiment of not naming an offensive coordinator for 2022, their red zone efficiency was 32nd in the league, 27th on third downs, and they only scored 31 offensive touchdowns. So O'Brien has a big task ahead of him after agreeing to the deal on Tuesday, but certainly some good news for Patriots fans. Let's hit the ice now. Maine hockey coming off of a tough series against Boston University, dropping both games in Boston on Friday and Saturday. Friday's game was a tough one, a 5-1 loss. Coach Barr put it simply, saying, quote, "We got beat." Saturday was a different story, though. After falling behind 4-0 in the first period, the Black Bears fired back, scoring 3 at the end of the period and then tying the game at 5 before eventually falling 9-6. Talking to the team, we asked if it was a burn the tapes kind of weekend or if it was something they want to carry with them and learn from. Here's the response.
We can pretend it didn't happen and move on, but it did happen, you know, and like I think at the beginning of this year, we figured there would be times like this, and we haven't been beaten like that. Even in some of the games we've lost, you know, it hasn't felt like it felt that weekend. So whatever the reasons for it may be, we address it and hopefully get better.
You got to do a little bit of both. You know, I think you need to learn from the mistakes that are fixable, but some things you just can't fix. They're a great team, and especially their skill. You know, we knew coming there that they're going to be very good.
Weekend, the Black Bears don't really get a break, as is Hockey East play. Hosting another one of the nation's best team, welcoming the Providence College Friars, 16th ranked Providence College Friars, into the Alfond. Another team that Maine needs to play their best hockey against if they want a chance to come out on top.
They're just very hard, heavy, well-coached team. You know, their details are great. You know, similar to Lowell, just they don't beat themselves, and they have, you know, a real talented lineup. So for us, is can we match their work ethic, and can we play as detailed as they do?
All right, let's hit the mat now, where one local wrestler just reached a huge career milestone, becoming the second member of his squad to do so. In Skowhegan, senior wrestling captain Michael Welch just reached the 100-win milestone this past weekend in a Saturday meet against Belfast. The 170-pounder becomes the 19th wrestler in Skowhegan history to achieve the feat. As for what got him there, Welch says it all comes down to his support system and the people around him every day.
I've been through the program, same coaches and same coaching style since I was in Pee-wees, and they're really great practice partners. Everybody else is really great. Working with different techniques and styles is great to learn every other aspect of the sport.
As we mentioned, Welch isn't the only Riverhawk to reach the centennial mark on the mat. Aiden Clark passed that milestone last season. Now he's closing in on 150 wins. Kobe Butters, too, is nearly at 100 wins himself. Those two are defending state champs for Skowhegan, and they and Welch believe the whole team, as a whole, can be pretty successful at the state tournament this time around.
I put in a lot of work in the off-season, put in a lot of time by myself. Back-to-back state champ would mean a lot.
It would be cool for us to do it again and maybe add Mike
and a couple other kids. That'd be really cool.
All right, let's head to the hardwood now. A lot of action around the state on Tuesday night. We will start with a battle of unbeatens at Red Barry Gym. Bangor Rams and Oxford Hills Vikings, both undefeated in AA North, so something has to give. We're going to pick this one up in the first quarter, and it's the Vikings starting. That's Tristan Derenberger, a little two-man action with Ella Pelletier. She drills the triple from the corner, but Bangor would give it right back. Here's Emmy Streams inside to Taylor Coombs. Spin cycle off the glass for two. Great move there. And then it's Bangor again. Streams grabs the defensive rebound and sends a dime down court to Taylor Coombs. With the left, she is in for two as well. For the Vikings now, another two-man game. This time it's Emma Pelletier and Maddie Miller. Pelletier, a nice fake right here. She gets the shot to roll, and then it's going to be Miller cleaning it up after the block right here. Vikings are going to win a close one, 39-34. Over the boys' side of things now, a AA and A North clash between Hampton and Brewer. We're going to pick this one up in the first half, and it was a close one early. Brewer down 2. Ryder Goodwin too strong on the inside. We are tied at 8. And then for the Broncos, this one goes to Zach McLaughlin, and he buries the midi off the bounce. Great move there from the sophomore. And then another great move for McLaughlin off the hesitation, finishing at the basket here. He had 6 in a row in the second at one point. On the other end, Goodwin again. He is money off the jumper from the corner. And then for Brewer, here is Brock Flagg on the break, getting the tough shot to go off the glass. Brewer wins this one 52-38. All right, now to Dexter. The Lady Tigers looking to bounce back from their first loss. They are facing Panquist Valley. Picking this one up in the first quarter. Nice passing around the horn from the Tigers. Ends with Jillian Poliquin finding Maisie Peach for the lay-in. Later, the Patriots are going to get on the board here. It's Jess Broussard. She gets it to Riley Heel underneath. With the left, she's going to get it to go. Nice move there. But tonight was the Tigers' night. Second quarter, Jocelyn Page with Addison Conklin interface. Bounces it to Hannah Dean. She swishes the 8-footer on the inside. And then finally, Callie Goodrow brings it down the court. Looks over her options. Nothing's there. So she will shoot it and get it to go. Nothing but net. Tigers would run away with it in the second. They win it 58-24. All right, some other scores from around our area. In the girls' game, Hamden Academy victorious over Brewer, 56-28. John Bapst beating Orono in overtime, 57-51. Winslow over Lawrence in Class B North, 63-61. And then Sumner picking up a win over Central. All right, so the time we have left for sports. Be right back after the break.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
Here at Garrett's Auto Sales, we believe in fair prices, superior service, and always treating the customer right. We have a fantastic selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, with some priced under $10,000. All our vehicles come with a complimentary 30-day warranty and can be seen at garrettsauto.com. Come see us at Garrett's Auto Sales, where we focus on you, the customer. We're located just 2 miles from the Brewer Walmart on Route 1A. We look forward to meeting you.
If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want and 0 compromises. Just go to anthemmainehealth.com/answers or call 855-753-3928 for a one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a free gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for 0 extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,500 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Maine Health at 855-753-3928 or visit anthemmainehealth.com/answers and get a Medicare Advantage plan with 0 compromises for you and your wallet.
This is the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder and Rogue.
With a range of drive modes and intelligent off-road technology, you can take a Sunday stroll in the least basic of places. The 2023 Nissan family of SUVs. Anything but basic.
Get 1.9% financing for 36 months on Nissan Rogue, or make no payments until April 2023.
Mom and Dad, you must be so proud.
We're proud of all of our children.
She has to say that.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
The Razzie Awards revealed the worst movies and actors of the year. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's sports drama is coming this spring, and more. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with the latest from the Hollywood Nation.
We could die. There's worse things than dying.
A new look at Dungeons & Dragons. Affleck gets a date, and the Razzies are revealed in the Hollywood Nation. The worst movies and performances are also recognized during awards season. Netflix's Marilyn Monroe film Blonde, starring Ana de Armas, leads the pack of nominees for the 43rd Razzie Awards. It scored 8 total Golden Raspberry Awards nominations, including Worst Picture, Worst Director, and Worst Screenplay. Machine Gun Kelly's comedy Good Morning earned 7, Disney's live-action adaptation of Pinocchio scored 6, and Jared Leto's supervillain film Morbius received 5 nods, including Worst Picture and Worst Actor for Leto. Ben Affleck's next directorial feature arrives this spring. The sports drama Air recounts the birth of the Air Jordan brand and the partnership between Nike and Michael Jordan. It will be released in theaters April 5th, followed by its debut on Prime Video. Affleck penned the script with Matt Damon. Both star in the film along with Jason Bateman and Viola Davis. And today's First Looks features a new trailer to Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. The preview gives a closer look at Paramount's live-action film adaptation of the tabletop role-playing game. Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, and Regé-Jean Page are among the cast. The film arrives in theaters March 31st. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Finally tonight, Guy Fieri has one big tip for the perfect Super Bowl party. Speaking with Food and Wine, Fieri made sure to mention how King's Hawaiian rolls are essential. Fieri is a partner of King's Hawaiian, so he might be a bit biased, but creating sliders out of rolls has been a long-time game day staple. Adding the rolls to your menu allows you to build your own sandwich, making it less work for you, and they're not just for creating sliders. You can use them to make garlic bread and on your charcuterie board as well. I think there are many uses for King's Hawaiian rolls, and personally I think they're delicious, so I don't mind the plug from Fieri there.
Well, and not for nothing, but I feel like Super Bowl weekend is as much a fun weekend for foodies as it is for football aficionados, if you will. So whether you're looking forward to the food or the football, or both if you're lucky. Some good advice to keep in mind.
Absolutely.
All righty. Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. From everybody here at Fox 22, take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC7, right now for ABC7 News at 11.
Nearly all commercial vehicles carry big insurance policies. So if you're hurt by one of these box trucks, or by a garbage truck, or by any kind of commercial vehicle, you may have a big case worth big money. But they don't just give that money up. You need someone who's going to fight for it. That's exactly why you need to call the Twos. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by any commercial truck, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial truck? Call the Twos. Call 222-2222.
Hey there, travelers. You going somewhere? Need a hotel? Then